What's up, guys? Soldier Only here from SportsNerdWeb. This is SportsNerdWeb Weekly, episode 3. First thing I want to get into today, if you've seen any of my past episodes or videos, I announced that Sony announced an event that they're having on September 7th in New York City, where they're expected to announce the Project Neo, which is their upgraded PlayStation 4. Whether you want to call it PS4K, PS4.5, whatever, But a report that came out, I believe, either last night or earlier today, but there's a new report coming out now that's indicating that Sony will also unveil the PS4 Slim. I was looking around online today and I noticed that there were some articles and stuff about there was already some images leaked of the PS4. I guess someone, I believe it was in Europe, had seen a listing for the PS4 on some website, and he actually got it, and he did an unboxing of it, and even posted a video of booting the console up, and they all seem really legit. And then even not that much longer later, the videos and pictures were rapidly taken down. So take that for what you will. That could whether if you think that indicates that they were authentic or not, but I saw the pictures for myself, and they look legit, and the console looks pretty neat. It has the same angular shapes as the original PS4. However, obviously it's a little bit slimmer, so it's not quite as tall. And then the edges, instead of it being really hard edged like the original console, they're more rounded. So, but yeah, it looks pretty neat. Another thing that I saw online today, I don't know if you heard about the PT-inspired. There was a PT-inspired indie horror game called Alison Road that was in development. But however, at the beginning of this summer, it was actually canceled to the disappointment of a lot of fans, including myself. I was really looking forward to that game. It looked like it was going to be a game that was going back to the heydays of the survival horror genre. We haven't really seen a good survival horror game in a while, because even PT itself was even canceled. But I saw online today that it looks like the developer of Alison Road has revived the game, and it looks like it's back in development. So stay tuned to SportsNerdWeb for more on that in the future. That's all that they really said about it for now. So you can check out sportsnerdweb.wordpress.com, the blog site, and whenever there's more news available, I should have some more up there on it. Another thing I want to get into, last night I went to the midnight release and picked up Deus Ex, so I'm currently playing that right now. So also up on the blog in the next probably day or two, I should have a first impressions article up on that. So far, it's really fun. It's really good. I'm coming from a weird perspective as well, because I never played any of the previous Deus Ex games, so this is my first game in the series. So take it for what you will, but I definitely like it, and IGN actually gave it a 9.2 out of 10 in their review, so it can't be that bad. Another thing, some more news from this past weekend. I even posted a couple of videos on it, but all this last weekend I played the Titanfall 2 multiplayer open tech test beta that they had out, and it was really fun. It's really good. That game is shaping up to be really something really special. The first one I didn't get into until recently, so I'm actually still playing the first one right now. But the second one looks like it's going to be really good. Also, so you can get on SportsNerdWeb YouTube channel and check out my videos on that, as well as there's about 10 minutes of gameplay footage of me playing it as well on there. And if you missed that first weekend of the test, this next weekend, starting Friday, running through until probably Sunday night again, they're going to be doing another one. And from what I've heard, they're also going to be adding a few new weapons and a new map, actually. In the test that we had this last weekend, there was 2 maps in it. So this next weekend, I'm sure there will still probably be those same 2, and then plus a new one, and new weapons and stuff. So I can't wait for that. I had a blast playing it. Yeah. Last thing I'm going to get into on this episode, just looking ahead of the games lineup this fall. I mean, this fall is really shaping up to be a really great time to be a gamer. Like I said last night, Deus Ex just came out, and then at least for me, what I'm looking forward to, it kind of slows off for a little while. The next thing I'm really looking forward to is the Destiny Rise of Iron expansion, which is coming out September 20th. But then after that, it gets crazy. We got let's see, starting off, Gears of War 4 comes out October 11th, and then 10 days later we got Battlefield 1, so 2 great games right there. And then a week after that, Titanfall 2, October 28th, we got Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. Now, I'm going to pause here and talk about this one a little bit. I'm not the biggest Call of Duty fan. I don't buy every single Call of Duty every single year, every one that comes out. I did find the cave, and I have been playing and streaming Black Ops 3. And it's a great game. I'm really liking that one. But what actually made me kind of cave and go out and get Black Ops 3 was the E3 trailer of Infinite Warfare. I know on YouTube it's one of the most disliked videos in history of YouTube, so it's already raising quite the stir. But me personally, I'm looking forward to it. I think it looks good, and I'm pretty sure I'll probably be a day one adopter of that. So that one is November 4th, and then a week after that we have Dishonored 2. That one's going to be great. I can't wait for that one. On my list here, I did put Watch Dogs 2 down, which is slated for dropping on November 15th. I did used to own the first Watch Dogs. I didn't really play much of it. I just couldn't really get into it, and that kind of seemed par for the course for most people that played it. But I have been reading some articles and looking at the sequel, and the sequel looks really good. It looks like it's going to be one of those rare things where the sequel is going to be way better than the first. Speaking of sequels, Final Fantasy 15, that's kind of an ironic name, Final Fantasy 15. That comes out November 29th. I put that on my list just because I know it's going to be a big game and there's going to be a lot of people getting it, but I'm not really sure if I'm going to be one of the ones out there on day one getting it. So, but I have that on my list. And but looking at even past that, some of the games I'm looking forward to, and beyond that, in January, Resident Evil 7. That's one of my most anticipated games right now. That one, Resident Evil 7 in January, and then Ghost Recon Wildlands, which I believe is in March, and Mass Effect Andromeda. Mass Effect is another one of those series. I actually never played any of the original Mass Effects, and I know I believe I don't think all three of the first ones. I don't think all three of them are backwards compatible on the Xbox One yet. I know one is. I can't remember if 2 is. I need to look into it. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe if you guys know, you can leave a comment and straighten me out here. But I'm definitely gonna dive into the original Mass Effect trilogy. I can't wait for Mass Effect Andromeda. So another thing I want to get in real quick. Me and my lady Fuchsia Only, we recorded and posted our second episode of our podcast. So you can check that out on our YouTube, on our Facebook pages, on my Twitter at SportsNerd48, at the SportsNerdWeb Facebook page, also at Spreaker.com/user/SportsNerdWeb is our podcast page. And speaking of podcasts, SportsNerdWeb is actually going to be creating another one. It's actually going to be just a solo one with me, soldier on these 15 minutes a game. So I'm currently working on that, so that should be coming out in the near future. So far, the schedule that we have, me and my the podcast with me and my lady, we record Sundays, and it's normally posted either that night or on Mondays. This YouTube show, this web show right here, I'm aiming for recording every Tuesdays and putting them up those days. and the podcast of just me that's only only video games. I believe I'm gonna do maybe on Fridays or Mondays. I don't know. I'm still kind of figuring all that out, but just stay tuned to the blog at sportsnerdweb.wordpress.com, and any updates will be up on that. Or I post a lot of updates on Twitter, like I said, at SportsNerd48. Also, you can catch me streaming live daily, usually. I'm actually going to hop on right now pretty soon, streaming live games on my Twitch at twitch.tv/soldieronly. So, yeah, that's all I got for now in this episode. You guys take care, be kind to each other, and have a good one. Soldiers out. Cheers.